Stello protocol saw that Moolah market lost over $10 million due to a market manipulation hack. So every day we're hearing more and more attacks of this nature. And to dive deeper into all of this is former FBI Special Agent Chris Tarbell joining us. He's currently co-founder of investigative firm NAXO. Chris, thanks so much for being on the show. So you were part of this Silk Road cybercrime investigative team, as well as various other takedowns. So why are we seeing hacks on the rise right now?
Opportunity. Cyber criminals are opportunists. They're going to take advantage of things. And, I agree with Lawrence. This wasn't a hack. This wasn't, getting into a system and getting unauthorized access. That's would be 18 USC 1030. That's not this case. I agree. It's more of a market manipulation. Whereas I disagree is that this person had someone else's property. In any other world, if you take my property, you're going to be arrested for it. So it's a very strange world, and I agree that the laws are slow. Cybercrime, we still use old telephone laws in order to do wiretaps or pen traps and trace. It comes back from telephone law, so very slow to take it up. I did laugh or chuckle a little bit when you said that someone's saying that we're capping these thefts at $5 million and expecting all criminals to return the difference or the amount. It's very strange to me. It's like putting a cap on a bank robbery. I don't know if a bank robber is going to exactly only steal a certain amount when they go in.
Chris, tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me exactly the point where I'm wrong about, because in my opinion is that if it's an exploit, there are no rules to the road here. These exchanges, these protocols have come up with, hey, these are the codes, and whether or not people exploit it is up. That should have been thought of as the code was written. So you said that they were holding on to other people's property. Explain how that is the case.
Well, we have laws around market manipulations. I don't know if these laws can specifically fit within this scenario, but it certainly sounds like it.
Those are with regulated markets, and that's sort of the trade-off you have. Is like, look, I'm going to use a regulated market, and I'm going to, in exchange, that when there's market manipulation, the exchanges themselves and police it mostly. Obviously there's law surrounding it as well, but there's some sort of a trade-off you get. Crypto notoriously hates regulation. They said, we don't want to be regulated. So why should they necessarily, get the benefit of regulation without paying the price of regulation? I still can't quite figure this out. Is that, this is caveat emptor. This is the free market the way it's supposed to be, which is, hey, if you don't trust the code, you shouldn't be in there.
I agree with your point, and it is interesting. It's an interesting point of view. I just, unfortunately, in my world, I work with a lot of victims of these crimes, and it's heartbreaking to me to see. I recently had a case come in where a retired couple had invested heavily, and they were a victim of a scam. It was a clear scam. Someone stole their crypto, and they lost their house and everything. I enjoy crypto. I enjoy being part of that world and being in there. But unfortunately, in my world, I see the downsides of it. I'm working with victims and the bad sides of it. So I probably have a little jaded view.
I want to give another analogy. You're sitting on a bench, you have your bag open. Someone can sit beside you. Sure, the bench is open, but they can't take your, things in your bag. I don't know. Like it's your property.
It's a different thing. It's a different thing. Is that this is a totally different thing. It's like if I go into if it's like a fight club or something, which I do on the weekends, and so like you're going to get punched. Right? You're not necessarily, it's the same thing. It's like, that's what you're there for.
He broke the first rule.
So one of the debates in the industry is like, where is the line between, where the industry should be sort of like better regulating itself and where regulators should come in? And like on this specific problem, where do you see that balance? Where are places where like the industry should be taking more proactive action, and where do you think like we just need some sort of like regulatory approach to this kind of ever-present problem in crypto?
Well, I mean, we're going to see the regulators step in even if crypto doesn't want it. If mom and pop in America are continued to be the victim. I mean, that's historically how regulation has come in to try to save what at the times are victim of these crimes. So, they can fight it. Or we're going to have more and more things like sanctions on Tornado Cash coming that way. So the industry itself has to clean itself up because, again, it's bad publicity. So we that has to stop.
Do you see an avenue where authorities will actually go after these exploiters? I mean, one of them has come forward actually on Twitter identifying himself.
Someone asked me that the other day. We're going to start seeing people like the IRS go after these people. So now we have a guy out there who has 47 million or whatever in, $47 million. So he's going to be regulated on that. The other side of it, of why they're coming out like this is, I arrested Ross Ulbricht and he had a large treasure trove of crypto, but he couldn't live that $1 million lifestyle. These guys now possibly can, if they know they're not going to be persecuted or prosecuted for their crimes. They can live that lifestyle of what I would claim stolen money. A difference of opinion from Lawrence.